towards Lynch, who can't take it away from the centre. A pick-up by Bright of Geelong West, and I reckon it'll be how far in this quarter as Harper comes out to mark in defence, wide of centre half back. He plays it wide on towards the wing, and there's Johnny Walker taking the mark. Hand pass to Shinners. Now Shinners goes for home, up towards the half-forward line. Castricum pushes his opponent over, and the umpire will give a free kick. Now this is Russell coming in with the free. Puts the ball wide of the centre towards the centre half-forward position. Ocker Stevens went up, couldn't take the mark. There's Hibbert coming through with the ball. He gets a hand pass in, gets it through here towards Walker again, and Walker now with a kick upfield towards Castricum, who waits for the ball. Yes, he takes a one-handed mark. So Castricum now running around his opponent, goes a mile, but then goes for a magnificent long kick upfield towards Frosty Miller. It's knocked away from Miller. He tries to dribble along the ground. He gets in front. Oh, brought down to the ground. The umpire doesn't give a free down here. Gives it the other way. Oh, listen to the crowd, Ted.
Yes, well, a lot of the crowd, Phil, they didn't agree with that decision by umpire Rex Wynn then. Miller claiming for the free. He was playing for it, I thought, though.
There goes Klein with the kick-off. Comes through towards Eddie Mealy. Mealy with a hand pass to Shinners. Shinners now with a short pass up here. And the mark has been taken by his captain and coach, Travis Pays. So Pays deep in the left forward pocket. Not the best kick at any time, although he hasn't done too badly this year. Puts the ball on its way. The wind will drag it right across the face of the big sticks. Up they fly for it. No one able to take the mark. Who can get it? It's a pick-up by Breeze. That takes Dandenong under 7 goals, 7. A total of 49 to Geelong West, 10 goals, 5, 65.
Well, a very important goal to Dandenong, Phil. Only 2 minutes into the third quarter, and I think it was vital that Dandenong had to score a goal as early as possible against this breeze, because I think it will give the players a lot of confidence, and also I think it might have some effect on Geelong West also, because they were playing quite fluently in the first quarter when they had the breeze. Now they've got a team that can kick goals against them.
Right at Ted, and there goes the bounce of the ball. Mealy getting the knockout from the ruck, but it comes down into the middle of the ground. Stokes picks it up. Geelong West into attack again. Players reach over the top of one another. Wells will line them up. He must get a goal here. Puts the ball on its way, and it's offline, and he's put it through for 1 point only. And that takes Geelong West now under 66. A William the Conqueror job, 10-6-66 to Dandenong 7-7-49. They've been playing 2.5 minutes into this, the third quarter. What's that, Ted?
I said you're educated as well, Phil.
Do you think so? All right, well, let's look at an educated kick from Harper. He's decided to kick it across towards the stand side of the ground. Travis Pays moved right down. It'll go out without being touched. Pays tries desperately. Did you see what he said?
I didn't see what he said. I saw the action, though, on the part of Pays then when it did go out.
I didn't hear it, I saw it. OK, we're just waiting for the throw-in. And it's Friend, who's got the kick from out on the boundary line, puts it high in the air, giving the big men every chance down here. Up they go, it'll be a free kick Dandenong's way, and Shevlin will get the free for Dandenong. Geelong West 10-6-66, Dandenong 7-7-49. And here's the kick from Shevlin. It drops a bit short, nearly a mark here by Bright. Stacks on the mill, and the umpire, says around the neck, and the free kick will be taken by Johnny Walker. Well, I thought a ball up would have been Jeff Moran. I thought a ball up would have been fair enough then, but Moran from the left half-back flank comes in, puts the ball on its way, keeps it nice and low, up towards the half-forward line, nearly a mark by Stokes, gets it down to Lynch. Lynch will break away, whack, and the free kick will be awarded against Shinners, and Lynch says, gimme, gimme, as he moves back to get the free. I wouldn't argue too much. Kevin Shinners still arguing with the umpire. It's thrown back by Orchard. And now here's Lynch, Brian Shinners, his brother's Kevin, who played with Dandenong a couple of seasons ago. Up they go for it, and that was Big Manson or Yates. Yates coming in from behind Eddie Mealy to take the mark. Players are pretty well covered. Harper watching Radojevic over his shoulder. He ties in the back of his head as he watches Radojevic, and then comes in, tried to take the mark, and Droscher was the player to push it over the line and out of bounds for Dandenong. Geelong 10-6-66, Dandenong 7-7-49. We've been playing 5 minutes into the third quarter. Here's Don High.
The ball thrown in the forward pocket position, knocked down there by the big fellow Yates. Coming in as Harrington over the top of the ball. Umpire Wen will take it. And a ball up right in front of the Geelong West goal. And we're 5.5 minutes into the third quarter. 66-49. Here's the ball picked up by Wells again. That's a good shot. And that's a goal to Geelong West, kicked by Wells. Geelong West 11-6, 72 to 7-7-49.
Well, that was a glorious kick then by Greg Wells, and you could see it then the way it was travelling, just getting into the right into the goals there by about 1 foot only, the wind bringing it back. Well, that's taken Geelong now. Well, there's that beautiful shot we can see there from our camera, which is very high up in the air there. And Geelong West now, they're started to take control of this game again. Dandenong started this quarter very well, and to get that goal on the board in the first 2-minute mark. But Geelong West getting back to their teamwork that they were showing in the first half, and they got a reward from it then with a goal from Greg Wells.
Geelong West lead 72-49. We're 6 minutes into the third quarter. And Geelong West now coming into attack again. The ball kicked to the half forward, punched away from Stevens, picked up by Lynch. He's the danger player. Lynch into an open goal. Off the line, and 1 point to Geelong West to take them on to 11-7, 73, and Dandenong 7-7, 49.
They've kicked 1 goal, 2 behinds in this quarter so far, Don.
Yes, we're waiting for Harper now, the fullback for the Dandenong side, to put the ball back into play again. Harper with the job of looking after Joe Radojevic today. And we're 6.5 minutes into the third quarter. There's the kick upfield as Shevlin getting up high. Umpire doesn't pay the mark. A hand pass away by Moran. Players over the ball, including Gilmore. And umpire Wen balling it up on the half-forward flank position for the Geelong West side, who is 73, leading Dandenong 49. Milai knocking the ball down, looking for Hibbert, but the ball knocked away by Wells. It comes to Shevlin. A hand pass to Hibbert. Hibbert on the flank position, puts the ball down towards the centre wing. Dandenong trying to get into attack. Up is Orchard. And the Dandenong centre half forward has been awarded the mark on the centre wing. Orchard now a bit undecided, eventually kicks the ball down to the half-forward line. Dandenong deep into attack. A chance here for Shinners. He can't hold the mark. Lynch is there again, gets pulled around the ankle. And Lynch, a very good player for Geelong West today, puts them into attack again. Down towards Terry Bright. Bright running in for the ball. Coming up to meet it is Harper. Harper grabbed. A free kick. Play on, says umpire Wen. And now Harper kicking it down to the flank position. Looking down here for Shinners. Shinners a hand pass to Castricum. Castricum in trouble, but gets out of it well. Castricum on the half-forward line is clear. Kicks the ball in towards Miller. The Dandenong full forward. Knocked away by Howard Smith. An opportunity here for Dunn. And Dunn clears the ball away for Geelong West. Out to the open spaces. A chance here for Van Elden. He takes the ball in front of Breeze. And that's no mean feat. He kicks it down towards the half-forward line. Up is Walker. Can't hold the mark for Dandenong. He's caught by Hughes. Gets a short kick at it. Coming in with a lot of pace is Eddie Milai. Milai, the big Dandenong ruckman. A hand pass across to Shinners. Shinners' kick is not a good one. Dandenong falling down on the forward line at the moment as Friend gets it across to Klein. Klein running around the boundary line. Miller comes out to tackle him. To the Geelong West half-forward line. Yates is there. Grabbed, not in possession. And a free kick to Geelong West. Geelong West 73, Dandenong 49, in towards the full forward zone, and Terry Reid takes the mark. Reid on the full back line gets a lead from Breeze. Breeze takes the mark, turns, right foot kick down to the centre wing looking for Flaherty, and that's a pretty good pass, and Flaherty takes it very low to the ground. 8.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Pat Flaherty, the Dandenong half-forward flanker, well out of position, kicks it down to the centre wing, looking for Ray Orchard. Out of bounds on the full, and the free kick going Geelong West way on the centre wing. Looks like Stokes taking the kick out there. He plays on. Eventually kicks it to the half-forward line. Little Lynch is there. Up is Bright, and Bright takes the mark. Dandenong 49 are trailing Geelong West 73. This is the ninth kick to Terry Bright, who hasn't been as dominant as he has been in earlier games. Not a good kick. It's across to the pocket. But Geelong West in attack. Here's Little Lynch again. Over the line he goes. He's one of the smallest players I've ever seen, Ted.
Yes, he's 5'9", but he's very lightly built, Don.
Like a whippet. Up goes Yates. Doesn't get a decisive knockdown. He does try and whippets, yeah. There's a scramble on the flank position. About 45 metres out it is from the Geelong West goal, who lead 11-7 to 7-7. 4 goals in front. Lynch again. In towards Radojevic. Harper's there, knocks it away. A chance for Terry Bright. Kicked away by Pays. Dandenong get it out to the open spaces. Leading in the race for the ball is Harrington. Harrington on the half-back line. Upfield. A free kick. And the kick will come downfield. It'll be taken by Pat Flaherty, the Dandenong half-forward flanker. 10 minutes gone, third quarter, and here's Phil Gibbs.
Right, Don, Geelong West are 11-7-73, Dandenong 7-7-49. And there's the ball kicked wide, out towards the wing. I don't think there's much advantage in that. It went out to Breeze. Breeze hesitated. As it comes up towards the half-forward line. Players moving down, and a good mark taken then by Russell. Russell on the left half-back flank for Geelong West. Now Russell from that position gets ready with the kick, plays it up towards the half-forward line. Players set themselves. Ocker Stevens was well set, couldn't take the mark. And there was a red-hot throw. Oh, red-hot throw by Eddie Mealy as it goes up towards Howard Smith. Howard Smith now with the hand pass. Comes out here towards Klein. Klein in turn is being tackled. Beautiful bit of play by Klein. Gets it through to Manson. Now the big fellow's kick across to Bright. Oh, look at this. No, Bright couldn't mark it. And Reed backing up beautifully. Takes the mark. Then hand passes to Walker. Walker now with a short pass and a badly placed pass to Gilmore. Here's the little fellow Lynch going up in the air. No one takes the mark. A race for the ball. Stevens punches it through, but straight into the hands of Shinners. Shinners now around the wing. And Gilmore drifts across to take the mark. 11 minutes into this quarter, a short pass goes to Wells. Wells now will open it right up. He'll send it up towards his teammate Radojevic. Up they go for it. Race for the ball. Droscher trying to shepherd for Harper. Harper in over the ball. Gets it out to Droscher. And Droscher will open it up now towards his captain Travis Pays. Pays out in open territory, short of the centre. And Pays now will get the lead from Danny Hibbert. He gets it out towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. Wells ran right over the mark, or it's Klein who's come right over the mark. A further pass up towards Pays. Gee, he's covering some territory, Pays. It comes back to Hibbert. Hibbert now with a pass up towards Frosty Miller. It drops before it gets to Miller. Miller now being buffeted there, side bumped. And it's Howard Smith who clears yet again. They can raffle this Dandenong. There's only one player in there, Gilmore. And there's Orchard grabbed, has the ball held to him. And beautiful play then by Gilmore. And Gilmore moving downfield, gets the ball up towards the forward zone. It'll be touched through. And that takes Geelong West on to 11-8-74, Dandenong 7-7-49.
I would say, as far as this game is concerned, Phil, this is the best football that Dandenong's played so far because they've been preventing Geelong West from scoring when Geelong West have got the win.
They've kicked 1-3 Geelong West, and what's Dandenong kicked this quarter?
One goal.
One goal. All right, it comes out now towards Klein, but no, it's Hughes. Hughes couldn't get possession of the ball. There's Shevlin now, getting possession for Dandenong. Pass across towards Reed of Dandenong. Reed keeps it low, around the wing. Stokes comes down to meet the ball. Geelong West couldn't control it. Orchard gets grabbed, manhandled, and Orchard will get the free kick. We're coming up to the 12-minute mark. I was seeing it better then without the glasses. 12 marks to 7 in this quarter in Dandenong's favour. Now it's 12 marks to 8 as Russell takes the mark for Geelong West. Russell out on the left half-back flank. He gets his kick in, spears it up towards the big fellow, Ocker Stevens. Punched well downfield by Stevens. Reed and Lynch in a race for the ball, and it'll be Lynch to trap it in the air. Oh, and it was out. Boy, he was off then, Ted.
Well, it looked like he was heading the right way too, Phil. Not much opposition in front of him.
Well, now a strong wind still up here. As we have the ball coming back into play, and Castricum comes up from behind and immediately punches it out of bounds again, and he's hurt his own man in Shevlin. They're rubber glasses he's got on, rubber frames anyway, they're not rubber glasses. Yes, I thought I had been seeing through them sometimes. Anyway, there's Paddy Flaherty getting in. A kick away by Moran. No, it comes out to Flaherty now. Flaherty with a hand pass to Breeze. Breeze gets a kick high in the air. He's bowled over after kicking the ball, and the free kick will go further afield. And Big Ed will come in to take the free by the look of it. Big Ed. Eddie Mealy. He tells me he's going on next year too, Ted.
Well, I don't blame him either, Phil, because he's been playing tremendous football. He's probably this year one of the best seasons he's had.
There goes the ball up towards the half-forward line. Big Manson came down, couldn't take the mark. That would have upset the big fellow. Eddie Mealy. Dunn kicks it back, and it goes into the hands of Walker. Walker not wasting any time, puts it high in the air again. Castricum has the run on the ball, but look at Manson come over the top, comes back to Travis Payes, who kicked it through the pack then, but this will be a chance now for Friend to pick it up. Friend's got friends everywhere, because there's Ocker Stevens near the centre. He can pass it across to Lynch if he can control the ball well enough. Shevlin gets possession, a push in the back, and listen to the Dandenong supporters.
Well, it is right in front of the Dandenong race, Phil.
I agree, Ted. He's kicked 2 goals so far. Friend. No, it's not. Is it Friend? No, Ocker Stevens. And Stevens now, beautiful floating punt kick. Right up the field towards centre forward, and he's picked a free kick out of it, Dandenong's way, and it will be taken by Harper. Harper with a hand pass across here to Harrington. Harrington tried to get Travis Payes in the centre, tapped away by Gilmore. Gee, he's a clever player, Gilmore. There's Moran trying to fall in over the ball. Van Elden went down over the top, but he'll have to blow the whistle, and it will be a ball up at the 15.5-minute mark. Geelong 11-8-74, Dandenong 7-7-49. Here's Don High.
Halfway through the third quarter, up they go, knocked away there by Droscher. It comes out towards Gilmore. Gilmore a hand pass away. It's in towards the centre. And the free kick going Geelong West way to be taken by Gilmore. And Geelong West 74, Dandenong 49, but Dandenong holding Geelong West pretty well, with Geelong West kicking with the wind this quarter. It's into the full forward position again. Up is Harper. Terry Reid is there. Radojevic tries to get the ball. It's players over the top of it, as you can see, and it's a ball up again. It's about 35 metres out from the Geelong West goal. 22 is Payes, 32 Van Elden, number 6 is Castricum, getting up and knocking the ball down to Hibbert, and Castricum will get the free kick. Castricum right on the full back line. He'll have to hurry. Oh, he can't come from behind like that. And there's the kick high into the air. It's on the half back line. Up was the big fellow Manson, and the picture tells the story. Manson's had a great tussle today with Eddie Mealy, and a few of these tussles have been a bit fiery and a bit explosive. 74-49, opportunity now for Manson from 50 metres out directly in front. The wind behind him, there's his kick. Dropping short, touched and through for 1 point. Geelong West 11-9-75 and Dandenong 7-7-49. Manson the man of the moment who kicked that point. Waiting on Harper to kick off from the fullback position at the 16-minute mark in this the third quarter. Upfield, short pass, bad football from an old fullback, Ted.
Oh, that was bad football, short passing, particularly with that wind blowing the way it is, Don.
Well, a big chance here for Wells, who kicked the goal at the 6-minute mark in this quarter to score again from not very far out. And there's his kick, and he's done it. And Harper responsible for that goal to Geelong West. They're 12-9 to 7-7.
Well, Greg Wells, second goal for the match there, and that takes Geelong West now to 12 goals 9 and Dandenong 7-7. If ever Geelong West needed a goal, I think they needed that one too, because Dandenong were getting right on top of Geelong West, and only because of the fact that they were stopping them from scoring when Geelong West have got the scoring end in this quarter. That is the Junction Road end, which is favoured by that breeze. Although it has dropped in strength from what it was in the first quarter, it's still probably worth 3 to 4 goals.
Right, there's a change coming up in the Geelong West side too, as we have Wolf moving around the boundary line.
18 minutes gone, third quarter. Geelong West lead by 5 goals 2, 81-49. Umpire Wen balling it up again in the centre. And number 4 is Manson. Gets the knockout against Castricum. It's down to gets bumped over on the Geelong West half forward line. Over the ball he was, according to Ray Orchard. But it's not holding the ball, it's a ball up.
And the attendance here today, 27,528. The best since about 1946. Gate receipts, 20,653.
Well, it's a great attendance and fully deserved by the VFA. It flicked pass across to Bright from Stevens. Bright a snapshot offline, and another point to Geelong West. Their score now in the third quarter, 12-10-82. A 33-point lead over Dandenong, 7-7-49.
Now, call to Tiger de Halen of the Geelong West side. He supported our crew here today. Thanks very much, Tiger. They will enjoy your support a little later on. And to Gordon Tamblin, the manager here at the ground. Gordon, many thanks for your assistance throughout the series.
There's the kick-off again, now to the flank position, getting up with Shevlin to knock the ball away. It's taken over here by Stevens. Stevens gets his kick despite opposition from Mealy, but it's out of bounds on the full. And the free kick will go to Terry Reid, right on the half-back flank position for the Dandenong side, who are 7-7-49 to Geelong West 12-10-82. Reid's kick hugs the boundary line, And it's marked here for Geelong by Stevens, their captain and centre half forward. In this quarter with the win, Geelong West have kicked 2 goals 5, and that's not quite good enough. In towards the full forward zone, the mark taken by Yates. Yates on a very acute angle. Yates being pushed right around, as you can see on the boundary, and it'll be a difficult goal kick. Now he runs around and hooks it in. 1 point. Geelong West 12-11, 83, and Dandenong 7-7, 49.
Well, that's not good enough, even though it's a difficult shot then, Don. It's not good enough as far as Geelong West are concerned, because Dandenong are restricting their scoring now. They're only 5 goals 4 in front, although it's a very good lead. We must remember the last quarter Dandenong will be kicking with the win. Stephen Wolfe, the 17th man for Geelong West, running around the boundary line, waiting to come on.
There's a kick off by Harper, up towards Travis Pays as captain, and Pays is getting the kick. I don't know whether it was because he took the mark or the free kick. In the meantime, Hughes is being taken off the ground down in front of the Geelong West goal. He got a very heavy knock early in the game, Hughes, and the player coming on is Wolfe. Downfield, it's Ray Orchard who's caught with the ball. Play on as he gets rid of it. Taken by Russell over the line and out of bounds. Half-forward flank position for Dandenong, kicking against the wind. They're 49, Geelong West 83. There's John Hughes coming off the ground. He's had a pretty rugged game. Knocked down by Milai. And getting up again was Manson, but the ball is knocked out of the pack by Moran. It comes across here to Orchard. Orchard gets possession. Caught. Holding the ball.
And that was well done by Lynch then.
No doubt about it either.
None whatsoever. It's kicked in towards the centre. Ocker Stevens will go up, pull down a strong mark in front of Shevlin. As he hand passes in turn across here towards Dunn in turn towards the half-forward line, and Terry Bright goes up to take the mark. Now Bright now from wide of centre half-forward. It's ready to come in with the kick. Puts the ball on its way. It's off the side of the boot. He gets it out towards the pocket. Up they fly for it. And Yates came in from behind, but the umpire has been consistent and paid Drosher the man in front. Geelong West at 12-11, 83. Dandenong 7-7, 49. We're 22 minutes into the third quarter. There's the kick now from Hibbert. He gets it around the wing position. Nearly a mark to be taken here by Friend, but it's forced over the line and out. Right down in front of us. Crowd again, 27,500 here today. As it comes into the pack, the umpire's got a free out of it. Says Eddie Milai was held, and he'll get the free. Geelong West 12-11, 83. Dandenong 7-7, 49. Well, both teams have worked very, very hard today. As the kick now goes from Milai, it'll drop a bit short, and it misses the big fellow. Manson comes through towards Russell, who's played a very serviceable game. He sees Friend out here on his own. He's under the hammer, Friend, but it's pushed over the line and out of bounds. Coming up to the 23-minute mark in the third quarter. 83-49. Geelong West with the advantage of the win. May not have done enough here in the third quarter, as Milai was all over the top of Ocker Stevens, and Stevens will get the free kick. Stevens having the ball returned to him. All players are matched on the forward line. As it comes up in that direction now, they set themselves. Geelong West players in front. It's knocked down towards Terry Reid. Reid with a hand pass to Breeze. Breeze now will get caught. No, gets the kick in. Up towards the half-forward line, and that was Manson putting those long arms up in the air. He's bigger than that crane we've got out there. He sends it up towards the half-forward line. Look at Bright from behind, judging the flight of the ball well and takes the mark. Beautifully judged by Bright, realising the wind was dragging it that extra couple of metres. And he's well within scoring range. He's kicked 1 point. He's only 45 metres out from goal, directly in front. He's put the ball on its way. Goal umpire slipping across, right across, and it's 1 point. And that takes Geelong West to 12-12, 84. Dandenong 7-7, 49.
Well, Terry Bright a little bit disgusted with himself then. He had everything going for him and everything going for Geelong West then. It would have put them 6 goals for 5 in front, but they hold this lead now 5 goals 5. Terry Bright, I've seen him play better games. Although he's been quite a serviceable player, I think he's played better in other games than what he's played here today.
In this quarter, Geelong West have kicked 2-7 to Dandenong's 1 goal. Here's the kick-off, and it could go... No, it'll hold in with the wind, forced down to the ground, and there's Drosher with the chance. He passes back to Harper. Walker in turn around the wing.
Russell.
And that was Russell coming in. No, the umpire's got the leg. And it's holding the ball, according to the umpire. Gee, I thought he marked that, Ted.
Well, now it hit the ground before he got the second grab then, Phil.
All right, he's played it out wide, and it comes out here to be marked by Castricum. Castricum goes for the long kick. Look at the big fellows over here. Up they go, and Howard Smith comes in to take the mark. Well, he's dubbed as the best full-back in association, and he just gave us a good glimpse of that. There's Van Elden racing after the ball. He'll trap it and wait now to get away from Shinners. Look at this. He's got away from Shinners, then plays it in towards the centre. Lynch racing after him, but it comes through here to Pays. Pays with a hand pass out to Reid. Reid now will get grabbed, but it comes back to Pays, and Pays now from the centre will put it high in the air. One out. And it'll be a free. It'll be a free to Russell. Had the arm grabbed by Castricum, and Russell gets the free kick. We're at time on now, the 25-minute mark, with Geelong West 12-12-84, Dandenong 7-7-49. Here's Don High.
That's almost a 6-goal lead, bar 1 point as Geelong West come into attack. Terry Bright is clear. This could be a goal coming up. He runs into an open goal. There it is. Geelong West lead by 41 points.
Well, that was the goal that Geelong West needed, I felt, coming up to the three-quarter time interval. I think that Travis Pays wouldn't be too happy about that. I think he would be happy about Dandenong's performance in that third quarter when they restricted the scoring of Geelong West. But I feel that that goal may have shot the bowl as far as Dandenong is concerned, even though they've got a quarter to play yet. There's 6 goals, 5 the difference, and that's a very handy lead, even with this wind blowing the way it is here today.
Well, now it's Geelong West into attack again, into the full forward zone. Great mark. Yates. That was a beauty.
Big man, big occasion, Don.
I noticed, Ted, in the latter half of this quarter, the big men of Geelong West are marking one around the ground.
There'll be a replay of this match too tomorrow night on Channel O at 11:30. 11:30, a replay of the big game.
Yates right in front. Another goal. And Geelong West 14-12. Dandenong 7-7. Geelong West lead by 47 points.
Well, Don, I don't know whether Dandenong are tiring or not, but I noticed Shevlin coming off the ground and Graham Madden just going on. Number 9. There's Graham Madden coming onto the ground now, but I'm just wondering if Dandenong is tiring a little bit. They put in a very good effort in this third quarter to restrict the scoring opportunities of Geelong West, but we find now in this last 2 or 3 minutes of play, Geelong West have kicked 2 goals.
I noticed that Stevens has another opponent. Looks like Drosh has gone up onto him. And there's Mealy, a great workhorse today, knocking the ball down. But Geelong West are doing it at ease now. Bright to Gilmore, downfield, and the mark taken by Lynch. Dandenong seems to have stopped to a walk. They've got the wind in the last quarter, but they won't want to give Geelong West too much of a lead in this quarter. They lead by almost 8 goals at the moment, as Lynch comes in from 70 metres out. The ball dropping short in front of goal. Up they go, knock it away. A chance for Drosher. Drosher, a hand pass to Reid. Well, danger here as Lynch comes in. Harrington in defence, and behind the play Castricum is hurt in front of the Geelong West goal. Downfield it goes. Gilmore, the star centre player, caught with the ball. That's holding the ball. Play on. Bad decision. Across to Wells. Wells, this is another goal coming up. Geelong West, there it is. Geelong West lead by 53 points at the 28th-minute mark.
Well, that was a bad decision, I thought, by umpire when then Gilmore was caught with the ball. He dropped the ball. He was held for some seconds, but umpire Wynn called play on. It gave an opportunity then, Don, for Geelong West through Greg Wells to come and get another goal on the board. And there we find Castricum still on the ground. He's in a bad way too, and there's the slow-mo.
There's Wells, and he's got the paddock in front of him. An easy goal. In the meantime, in the hands of the trainers, Castricum, and that's the doctor coming out. Unfortunately for Dandenong, they've just taken a player off the ground who I don't think was injured, Ted, and now they may have to replace another one. Up they go, knocked down by Manson. Manson putting Geelong West into attack again towards Bright. The ball is taken by Breeze. Breeze to the Dandenong half-forward line. 2 Geelong West players here. Madden is tripped. Yes, he gets the free kick. Madden has just come on the ground in replacement, a replacement for Shevlin. Madden downfield. Oh, Dandenong not playing in front. A chance here for Flaherty. Yes. Umpire Wynn.
Clear cut, that one.
Yes, good decision. Backfield, we look at the Dandenong player Castricum, still in a bit of bother. Ball comes downfield to the Geelong West attacking zone, and a free kick will go to Drosher, who's now playing on Stevens. And Geelong West in a commanding situation, 15-12 to 7-7. They lead by 53 points. Travis Pays, the Geelong West opposing player, captain of Dandenong, puts the ball deep into attack, into the forward pocket. Moran takes it, and he's about 55 to 60 metres from goal as we come to the 30-minute mark in the third quarter. And here's Philip Gibbs.
Castricum back on his feet down there as we have now Moran. A long way out from goal, not normally, but with a strong wind, puts it a long way out. He's about 50 metres out, puts the ball on its way, and look at the wind drag it around, out on the full in the right forward pocket. We're a little over the 30-minute mark. And it'll be Stokes to take it, down in the left back pocket, yes. Number 12, Stokes. Big attendance, Ted, 27.5.
Oh, great crowd, Phil. It's the best crowd I've seen here for many, many years, and I've watched VFA finals for a long, long time.
There it goes around the wing on the outer side of the ground, comes through to the danger player, Lynch, and Lynch in turn tried to get possession as the siren goes to end the third quarter. Back a bar by Presidia and a pair of Puma football boots. We'll tell you more about that a little later on. But Don Hyde, what do you think of the state of the game?
Well, I think Dandenong did well, Phil, in the early part of that quarter to hold Geelong West against the breeze, but then they seemed to falter, and Geelong West now with a 53-point leader in a pretty good situation coming into the final quarter.
Ted Henrys?
Well, I thought Dandenong definitely started to tie about 10 minutes before the end of that quarter, Phil. They played a magnificent quarter. I thought their best quarter so far by keeping the scoring of Geelong West down, but they were visibly...
Right, here's the bounce of the ball now for the start of the final quarter. It comes out wide from the pack, and the umpire blowing the whistle has elected to give a free kick Geelong West's way, and it will be taken by Stokes. So Stokes now getting his kick in from the half-back line, plays it wide of centre half forward. Up goes Terry Reid, fails to take the mark. Bright is the player, moving around, trying to get possession, getting around Shinners. He's a good player, Bright. Look at this, he gets away from opponents beautifully down towards the half-forward line. And now with the play underway, it comes in towards the forward pocket. Wells tries to get the ball, is grabbed, but the umpire allows Gilmore to pick it up. Gilmore plays it high in the air. The wind drags it back, no one able to take the mark. I tell you what, if Geelong West score here, it's shut the gate as far as Dandenong are concerned. It's a very strong wind blowing down the ground, but we find here at the start of the last quarter that Geelong West take the ball into attack. They're 15-12 to Dandenong 7-7. Push wide of the pack. And this allows Wolf to pick it up. He puts it right across the face of goals. Breeze picks it up, and Breeze now can run a mile. You watch him, 3 bounces. He'll get about 5 or 6 in here. No, he's decided to go for the kick. There's the wind behind it as it comes up towards Orchard. Orchard fails to take the mark, and we saw moving down here was Madden trying to take it or kick it off the ground, but the umpire blows the whistle and has elected to give a free kick to Russell. Russell now around the wing. Lynch moves in. He couldn't get to the ball. Oh, that's a free. Ridden right into the ground out there. And it'll be Klein to take the free. They've been playing a minute and a half. End of the final quarter. Geelong West looking good. Dandenong looking tired. As it comes up towards Eddie Mealy, he pushes it back downfield. Players not ready for it, but Shinners gets it now. 2 Dandenong players move in. Harrington gets possession. He plays it up here towards Madden. Madden now is the player racing in after the ball, but couldn't get possession of it. It's a hand pass by Russell. Comes out to Dunn. Geelong West holding Dandenong at the moment as it comes into the centre of the ground. Taken here by Shinners, tried the short pass to Flaherty, didn't come off, and we see Dunn now getting possession, playing it towards the half-forward line, comes into the hands of Terry Reid, does a nice blind turn, then a long hand pass to Hibbert. Hibbert now will turn around, go for the long kick downfield, up towards, Flaherty. Flaherty then tried to kick it, brought down to the ground, but this leaves Miller out in his own. Miller will run into trouble, has the Guernsey held, snap shoots for goal, and he's put it off line and through for 1 point. That takes Dandenong to 7-8, 50. Geelong West 52 points up on them at the moment. They're 15-12, a total of 102, and they're coming up to the 3-minute mark in the last quarter. That's a total of 152. The lowest score we have on our pick the points competition at the moment is 174. I'm sure it'll be more than that. As we see Orchard getting possession of the ball. He's gone for the long hand pass to Madden. Madden to Breeze. Breeze comes around now. Tries to break away. Is offloaded. Moran gets the ball, snap shoots for goal, and it's a goal. They move to 8-8, 56 with Geelong West on 15-12, 102.
Well, there's Jeff Moran. Very pleased with himself, and there's the slow-mo of it too. Well, how Moran kicked that goal, I'll never know. I don't think Moran would either too, because he just picked that ball up. He was right on the boundary line. He wasn't looking at the goals. He just hooked it with his right boot and it went straight through the middle. That was a magnificent goal by Moran, and certainly a badly needed one by Dandenong. Geelong West had the ball up on their forward line, and they could have scored a goal, but a great bit of play up there by Breeze, able to get the ball away. And Breeze also figured in that goal down there that Moran kicked.
All right, Hibbert's got the ball now. He sends it up towards the right half forward flank position. There's Howard Smith coming out, bumped out of position, but he's pushed it over the line and out of bounds. Faye's looked around at the umpire then, but it's being thrown back into play, and it comes. And the big fellow Manson gets it down to Lynch. Lynch passes it wide, pick up by Travis Pays. Pays now being tackled, can't get rid of the ball and pushes it over the line. So we'll have another throw in. We're at the 4-minute mark into the final quarter. Dandenong 8-8, 56. Geelong West 15-12, 102. In it comes. Manson knocks it down to Lynch. Lynch then gets away beautifully. Goes for the short pass to Bright. And Bright now gets a little bit of a shove. And as he was touched. Actually, he didn't get a shove. He was touched, but staggered forward as he kicks it around the wing. Now Ocker Stevens comes up, sets it nicely. Couldn't quite take the mark. Players get it close to the boundary line. Shinner's got manhandled. And he'll get the free kick. So Shinner's now. The Dross are about to be covered now. We'll have to go back and go for the long kick and hope for the best. There goes from the wing on the stand side of the ground. It drops a bit short, goes straight into the hands of Manson. Not a good kick from Shinners at all with the wind behind him. It only travelled about 35 metres. And Manson now will keep it close to the boundary line, and there's Lynch waiting for it, and Lynch moves across to take the mark. They're playing well, Geelong West, Don.
Yes, they're looking a very accomplished side. They're very composed, and Lynch, who has the ball now, one of the great players in the game, as he was in the previous final, and now he kicks it onto the Geelong West half-forward line, and it's Stevens, the Geelong West captain, who's played a fairly good game today, a good captain's game on the half-forward flank, and Geelong West lead at the moment by 52 points.
Well, Stevens has had 2 or 3 different opponents on him today, Don. I think Dandenong realise he's played well too.
They made a mistake there. That's 48 points they lead by, down towards the half-forward line. A free kick here. It's going to Geelong West's Wells, who's got a kick against the breeze. He tries to short pass to Lynch, and he finds Lynch. He's been a great player. 56 to 102. It's a 46-point advantage. He's already kicked 1 goal. He's kicking into a stiff breeze. There's his kick. Oh, it's a great kick. 2 goals to Lynch. Geelong West go further ahead.
Well, that was an educated kick, Don, from young Alan Lynch, one of the best players on the ground today. He kept that ball low then, so it would get the protection of that stand coming in into the left forward pocket, and that ball hardly deviated from the direction in which he aimed it, and it went through for full points from a very good player in Alan Lynch. And I think it's probably, Phil mentioned before, that if Geelong West got a goal, that would shut the gate. I think they virtually locked the gate now, Don. I thought the gate was shut at 3/4 time, but I think they've really locked it now.
Yes, Dandenong in a bit of bother. 7 minutes gone in the final quarter. There's the ball up again. Manson will get the free kick. I think Eddie Mealy might be getting tired too. He's been a great player. The kick by Manson to the Geelong West half-forward line. Coming through as Droscher in defence for Dandenong. Puts the ball back to the centre half forward position, getting up as Russell, and he's been a great player. Russell, magnificent mark. Russell on the defensive line across the half-back line for Geelong, kicking it back to centre half forward. Terry Bright's there, the ball knocked away. Lynch is there again, gets another kick into the full forward zone. Harper comes out in front of Radojevic and clears the ball away for Dandenong over the centre wing, down to the half forward line. And it's Geelong West again. A mark taken this time by Yates. He's on the half-back flank. Geelong West wrapping up the grand final. To the half-forward line, knocked away by Manson. It comes to the ground. Breeze is there, gets pushed in the back. And the little Dandenong Rover will get that free on the half-back line up towards the centre wing. Decides to handball it across to Harrington. Harrington's kick is not a good one. It's in towards the centre, but he'll find Hibbert. The ball doesn't bounce right for him. It does for Gilmore. And Geelong West away again as Gilmore breaks away from the centre, skims it in towards the full forward zone, and Stevens makes the mark. Geelong West 16-12-108. Dandenong 8-8-56. 8.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. And the grand final of 1975, slowly but surely, I believe, slipping away from Dandenong. Stevens, the Geelong West captain, kicking against the wind from 35 metres out. He hooks it very badly, right across and through for 1 point.
Well, I don't think Ocker Stevens would be too worried about missing that one, seeing that this tremendous lead that Geelong West have, and we've been playing 8.5 minutes into this final quarter. It's been a wonderful display by Geelong West today, and it's been a good display by Dandenong too. Let's not give all our credit to Geelong West here in this match today, because Dandenong, I thought, came back very well in that third quarter. And but Geelong West have definitely been the masters pretty well all over the ground.
Well, now here's our cameraman coming down from that position to take the portable camera into the dressing rooms, and we'll be interviewing the Geelong West players right after the game. Right, here's Don Hyde.
The fullback for Dandenong, Harper, kicking off again. Kick with the wind to the half-back line. Up was Mealy, not marking it, as you can see. Moran, a hand pass, a wild hand pass, a tired hand pass. It comes back in the direction of Droscher. Droscher now will break clear from the half-back line. He gets the pass to Breeze. Breeze on the centre wing. The kick in towards Miller at full forward. Oh, great mark. Howard Smith. The Dandenong selectors about to bring Van der Beek, the ruckman, onto the ground, and Castricum looks like he's coming off. In the meantime, back to play. It's picked up by Manson, a hand pass to Wolf. Wolf on Geelong West half-back line, kicks it to centre-half forward, an ill-directed kick. Terry Reid takes the mark in defence. That was Van der Beek warming up on the bench. Castricum, we think, is coming off. Breeze of Dandenong to Castricum. He's the fellow we think is coming off, and he'll get a kick just as he leaves the ground. He's limping, as you can see there. Geelong West well in command. They lead by 53 points. And we're 10 minutes into the last quarter. Castricum now coming off as the ball is on Dandenong's half-forward line. Kicked away by Russell, a grand defender. Up towards the centre wing. A chance here for Terry Bright. And it's taken by Terry Reid. Reid of Dandenong, a hand pass into the centre. And the free kick is going to Reid. And there's Castricum coming off the ground.
Righto, and Reid was pulled around the neck at centre half-back. But this game slipped right away from Dandenong. Geelong West have put up a magnificent effort, not only today, but right throughout the year, as it comes up towards, Yates must get the free kick. And Yates gets it at centre half-back. Now, Geelong West can even start to slow it down at this stage. Dandenong is so far down. They're 8 goals, 5 down. As it's kicked out towards the flank on the outer side of the ground, and the little fellow Lynch going after the ball, but it's gone over the line and out. We're coming up to the 11.5-minute mark in the final quarter. Back in it comes, up they go for it. Comes through to Lynch. Lynch with a hand pass, taken by Moran. Moran kicks it further around the field. There was the chance for Madden to get in front, but chipping in here is Russell. Russell brought down to the ground. He copped one there, and it could be on again as no cooler heads prevailed. And the umpire will come in to give Russell the free kick. They stayed there. No, he's going to ball it up. But I thought Russell earned the free then. Anyway, it's pushed out wide. Comes out towards Gilmore, but chipping in front of Gilmore is Moran. Moran turns around, skies the ball up towards that left forward pocket, and the wind will drag it over the line and out of bounds
Gilmore.
on the full. Gilmore's on the ground. Shaking his head. He got one, did he, Don? He got something, obviously.
He got something as a player ran past, yes.
All right, now it comes out towards the half-back line. They rise high for it. Dandenong, a very tired side. They've been run off their feet. As we see Van Elden come in, but he runs out to the boundary line, over the line with it, and it will be thrown back into play again. 12.5 minutes into the final quarter. 109-56 in Geelong West's favour. There's Shinners getting a shove from Van Elden, and Shinners will get the free kick out on the left half-forward flank. Now Shinners looking for the lead. 2 Geelong West players down there with Frosty Miller, Yates and Howard Smith. but he's decided to put it across towards centre half forward, and Hibbert couldn't quite get to it. Picked up by Friend. Friend plays it right upfield. And there's Harper backing his judgment. It comes through to Radojevic. Radojevic pushes it out wide. He gets it through to Wells. Wells now with Harper moving across. He's pushed out towards the boundary line, deep onto that boundary line. Virtually had nowhere to go. Can he beat them all? Well, it was Bright who came in. And that's Eddie Mealy to get possession, and a tired kick from Big Ed. He sends it around the flank on the outer side of the ground, through towards Moran. Moran couldn't get a good hand pass in. There's Van Elden battling away, and the umpire will decide to ball it up wide at the centre of the ground. Some of the crowd just starting to filter away. I think Dandenong supporters were hoping that the wind would help them here in this last quarter, but Geelong too powerful in most positions. Dunn getting the kick, plays it out towards the half-forward line. Up went Mealy pretty high, gets over the back of his opponent. The umpire called play on as it's hand passed across to Wolf. Wolf now is gone. He's brought down to the ground. The umpire allows the play to continue. He went for the hand pass then. And look at the desperation of Harrington as he went in. Tried to get possession of the ball. It's dribbled up towards Radojevic. Players going down like 9 pins at the moment. The umpire letting the play to continue as it's picked up by Wolf, who snap shoots for goal, and there's another one. Geelong go to 17-13 with Dandenong on 8 goals, 8.
Well, there we found young Stephen Wolf, the 17th man for Geelong West, came on the ground. How he's contributed his part of this win, what will be a win for Geelong West, by kicking that goal. I thought he played magnificent football then. He lost possession of the ball, but he kept fighting on for it, and he finally got possession back again. And as you saw, he put it through for 4 points, and for Geelong West, 17th goal. They move on to 17 goals, 13 with Dandenong on 8-8, and Geelong West are kicking right on here. Dandenong are obviously tired.
Righto, Ted, now the ball has been bounced. Push out by Friend. He gets it out to Klein. Klein to Stokes, and Stokes now taking them wide of the centre of the ground with a kick up towards centre half forward. And Droscher, who's played a pretty reasonable game, goes the hand pass to Harrington. Harrington now out here to Hibbert of Dandenong. Hibbert racing after the ball, but it'll beat him over the line and out. Geelong West 17-13, 115. Dandenong 8-8, a total of 56. 15 minutes into the final quarter as Barry is about to come onto the ground. Here's Don Hyde.
On the centre wing play centres at the moment, and umpire Wen bounces it up, or will bounce it up in that position halfway through the final quarter. Geelong West with the 75 premiership well and truly in their keeping. Dandenong onto the half-forward flank position in defence. It's Stokes, takes the ball over the line, and a throw-in coming up. Dandenong not able to take advantage of the breeze in this quarter. Certainly the first was the time they had to do it. Knocked away by the big fellow Manson. Comes across to Friend. Friend on the half-back line, down to the centre wing, and over the line it goes on the full. Replacement on for the Geelong West side, as we wait for Brian Shinners to kick from the centre wing and put Dandenong into attack again. Up goes Pays. Back to Manson. Gilmore walks on his knees and gets a hand pass to Klein. He gets it across to Barry, who's just on the ground. Barry to Stevens. Droscher's there. Bright comes in, number 28. Stevens, a hand pass to Bright. Has great play. Typical of Geelong's teamwork today. Into the full forward zone. Wells is there, but maybe the ball has bounced through. Kicked by Terry Bright. It rolled through. Another goal. 18-13 to 8-8.
That was great football by Terry Bright, then a great football by Geelong West. An unselfish play, I thought, by young Greg Wells. Wells could have taken possession of that ball up in the goal square then. There were two Dandenong opponents near him. He decided to shepherd them off and let that ball go through. It travelled something like 75 metres too, that kick from Terry Bright.
Right in the final quarter, we move to the 17.5-minute mark, and Geelong West 18-13, 121, and Dandenong 8-8-56. Over the line it goes in the full. And the kick goes to Lynch. Lynch dummies a hand pass and then runs around his opponent. A great player, Lynch, in the game today. The grand final, he gets a hand pass to Wolf. Wolf back to Lynch. Lynch on the flank position. Hooks it back in towards the forward pocket. Looking for Wells. Wells in trouble. Eventually gets possession. A hand pass across here to Van Elden, who smothers the ball. And umpire Wen will bounce it up again. 18-13, 121 to Dandenong 8-8-56. Geelong West well and truly with the game sewn up. A Free kick to Flaherty, a free hand pass it is really. He gets it across to Harrington. Harrington to the half-forward line, over the head of Orchard. Yates is there, so is Madden. Russell, a good defender today, gets his kick again in towards the centre, and it'll be a penalty kick upfield, or a penalty pass from Dunn across to Klein. Klein caught, gets rid of it eventually, back to Klein. Klein on the centre wing, and Geelong West into attack once more. There's Harper leading in the race for the ball in front of Radojevic. Tries to keep the ball in play. He'll get the free kick for being held when he didn't have the ball. The kick by Harper to the centre wing, and it's a mark to Dandenong, taken by Madden. 18.5 minutes gone as Madden for Dandenong puts them into attack towards Flaherty, and there's the mark. Pat Flaherty, the Dandenong half-forward flanker, swings the ball across towards the half-forward line, but up his friend, knocks it away. Miller's there, still playing hard. He knocks it out towards Barry. Barry there, being tackled by Miller, and it's a free kick against Frosty Miller. And as you can see, Miller's not happy.
A bit tough, that one, I thought. I thought that Barry was caught. He threw the ball away. That's the way it's appeared to me, Don.
There's Barry's kick, upfield, pays. Around the neck. Geelong West 121 and Dandenong 56. In the final quarter, 19 minutes gone, and this is the Dandenong captain and coach Travis Pays with a chance to score from 50 metres out with the wind behind him. In this quarter, Dandenong has managed only 1 goal won, when it was expected that they might have done a lot better coming home with the win. But Geelong West wrapped this game up in the third quarter. A magnificent third quarter in which they kicked 5 goals, 7. They led by 53 points at the start of this quarter, and now there's the kick in by Pays. A good kick, a goal to Dandenong, their second for the quarter. 9-8 to 18-13.
Under other circumstances, I'd say that probably the look on Travis Pays' face may have been a lot different than what it was then. It wasn't one of excitement at all. I think probably all he just looked in that well. That was just another goal to Dandenong. We've got no hope of beating this Geelong West side here today. And I think even Travis Pays would admit, there you can see he's not too happy with one of his players. Even Travis Pays, I think, would have to admit today that he was up against a side that was first class in every department all over the field, and also probably well coached.
Play gets underway again in the centre, and there's Little Lynch. He'd have to be close to the best on the ground. He kicks the ball into the full forward zone. It's taken here by Stevens. Stevens gets it back to Lynch again. Lynch in towards goal, but it's marked right on the last line here by Harper, the Dandenong fullback. Harper right on the last line of defence. Dandenong 62, Geelong West 121 in the grand final of 75 as Moran takes the mark. The Dandenong gets a hand pass going to Walker. Walker on the centre wing, putting Dandenong into attack. Down towards Madden, running in the half-forward line, loses the ball momentarily. Geelong West smother it, get it out to Klein. Klein to Barry, and Geelong West out of trouble again. Barry's kick is not a good one. Russell's there. Picked up by the big fellow Manson. A hand pass in towards the centre. Pays is there, still trying for Dandenong, and he'll get the free kick again. The 21-minute mark in the final quarter as he gets it across towards the flank position. The mark is taken by Breeze.
And Breeze in turn, Don, sends it up towards the centre forward position. It's through. It's another goal up to Dandenong, but they move on now to 10 goals, 8, with Geelong West leading very strongly. That was his second. 18 goals, 13. And in our Pick the Points competition, that brings it up to 189. And the leader at the moment, who selected 174, is Miss W.M. Inge. The nearest is Mr. H.E. Kleinert of Bayswater on 224. If it gets to 199, it's a draw. And then the rules of the competition says a question, and the first one to answer will receive the Coal Page Ford. And now we have Wolf coming through. Wolf in turn sends it out towards Ocker Stevens. He fails to take the mark. That must be a free, and it'll be taken by Droscher. Helber not in possession. Well, there's only about 8 minutes of play, 8 to 10 minutes of play left in the game. As Droscher now gets his kick in, plays it wide, out towards the centre half-back position. Pays looking a bit tired as he moved into the ball. He gets it up to Madden. Madden comes in to take the mark, runs back, And now we'll shoot it up towards Frosty Miller, who's making the early lead. There goes the ball on its way. It's over Miller's head, up towards Shinners, and Shinners getting a push in the back, and he'll get the free kick. So Shinners now has the chance to shoot for goal. He's kicked 1 point so far. Lines them up at the 23-minute mark. The ball's on its way, and he's put it through for another one. And that takes Dandenong on to 11 goals, 8 to Geelong West, 18-13.
Well, another goal to Dandenong, but this Dandenong side is looking very tired indeed. Well, there's nothing more to make you look tired than knowing that you're not going to win the game. At the moment, they trail by 7 goals, 5. They put up a fairly good effort. They've made an attempt to come back in this final quarter, and I think we must also give credit to Travis Pace. He's out there. Even Bursley's running on one leg at the moment, and he's exhausted, but you can see the way he was going for that ball before, but he's not giving up under any circumstances.
Well, there's Danny Hibbert now. Hibbert taking it away from the centre, up towards Frosty Miller, and Miller has taken the mark. Well, at this stage, Miss Inge is in the lead on 174 for Pick the Points. If he scores a goal here, it'll go over to Mr. H.E. Kleinert, I'd say, of Bayswater. As Miller now puts the ball on its way, and it's a goal, all right. And it takes Dandenong on 12 goals, 80 to Geelong West, 18-13, 121. And the total score at the moment is 201. Sorry to Miss Inge.
Yes, it's bad luck for her so far. Let's move on to Mr. Kleinert now, and what a difficult job trying to forecast the total points.
Well, there's the slow-mo of the goal. Is it there? We had a technical problem then, so Ted, comments.
Yes, Phil, I'd like to put this message over, but I could. It's from Lionel Farrow, the secretary of Dandenong. He'd like me to put over the fact his daughter, Maria Farrow, had her car stolen, and it's a blue Morris Elite with a white streak on the side. But the more important thing, to have all her school study notes and music paper in it. And they'd like to get it back if they could.
Right, what's the number of the car?
The number of the car is HSE 287, and the phone number to ring is 546-7327.
Right, and now here's the kick. Up towards the centre forward position by Flaherty, and it's the big fellow coming in. Smith. No, it wasn't Smith, was it? Yes, it was. Playing it towards the half-back line. He took the mark, played it to the half-back line, and Friend is the player to take the mark. And Shinners battling on to the end. Dandenong have kicked 4 goals in 5 minutes, but they were too far down for it to do any good, because I'd say there's only about 6 or 7 minutes left in the play as Manson comes in, and he may lie. I don't know whether he put his hand on his head or grabbed a tuft. Anyway, Manson, I wonder if we'll see him in VFA next year, as he comes in to take the kick, plays it towards the half-forward line, and there's the 18th man on the ground, Herman Vanderbeek, come in and get his first kick. Has the kick smothered by Ocker Stevens. It comes at Harrington, who plays it around the wing, and it'll be out on the full. No, it won't. It stayed in then. There's a player being held. That was Klein, and the umpire will give Klein the free kick at the 26-minute mark into the last quarter. Here's Don Hyde.
On the centre wing, it's Klein to take the kick with Dandenong trailing by 41 points. And Billy Goggin looking pretty ecstatic on the coach's bench right near the race there, as the ball is taken by Wells on the half-forward line for Geelong West. Look at the pace of Wells in the dying minutes of the game. He's not tired. Oh, he's tired now. Walker coming in very hard. But he's back on his feet, Wells, and he's been a pretty good player. Time on being played in the final quarter, and Dandenong trailing by 41 points. Wells has kicked 3 goals. He's certainly within kicking distance again. He's about 40 metres out. He's got the tricky wind to contend with as he kicks into it, but it's a well-guided kick. Not quite well-guided enough. It's off the side of his boot, out of bounds on the full. Greg Wells, the man in the frame there. And Geelong West going on to a pretty good win in the 75 grand final in the VFA First Division. The man who'll take the kick on the last line is Harper, the fullback for Dandenong, who's had a good tussle today with Radojevic. And there's Billy Goggin there in the middle of the screen, the Geelong West coach. A very happy player in the suit there on the right of the player in the dressing gown, just scratching his head now. That's Billy Goggin. Look at the smile. A very successful coach in the VFA. as Harper kicks off again. For Dandenong, the ball travels in towards the centre. Little Lynch couldn't mark it. Knocked away. Oh, there's a bit of a clash with Gilmore going down. This is Van der Beek, the big ruckman, who's on as a reserve. He doesn't get much of a kick at it. Hibbert, a hand pass away. There's Van der Beek again, shepherding well to allow the ball to be picked up by Breeze. Breeze, the Dandenong Rover, slams away into an open goal. 1 point. Dandenong 12-9, 81. Geelong West 18-13, 121. A 40-point lead to Geelong West.
What a great performance by Geelong West here today, Don. Well, not only here today, but their performance all the season. They've been the form side, they've been the top side, and they've knocked all before them, and they've done a magnificent job here today. And I think a lot of credit, no doubt, is due to their coach in Billy Goggin, a very dedicated coach, and he's done a magnificent job with Geelong West this year.
Well, a bit of theatrical going on there with some of the supporters for Geelong West, and they might be happy as well. It's been a great performance as we see Big Yates take the mark to hold up play on the Geelong West half-back line, with the game getting close to the final siren. Yates kicks it down towards the centre wing, and the mark over here taken for the Geelong West side. It looks like John Van Elden. Van Elden up on the flank position. He's pretty tired too. He kicks it downfield. Not a good kick. Players smother the ball, and the game rather dying out as a spectacle now, as Geelong West coast home to a pretty easy win. A 40-point lead in the grand final. There's Eddie Mealy still fighting away in the ruck against Manson. Knocks the ball down. A hand pass across here to Breeze. Breeze lets fly into an open goal, and Dandenong fighting it all out. They go on to 13-9, 87. They're 34 points behind Geelong West, 18-13, 121.
I mention at this stage, Don, that we have our portable camera in the Geelong West dressing room. Later on, we'll be taking it over to Dandenong's room. But there'll be some celebrations going on in Geelong West in just a few moments, we can assure you. And we have a camera there with Peter Sharp to catch all the action.
Right, the 30-minute mark in the final quarter. And umpire Wen back in the centre again. Number 21 is Mealy, number 4 is Manson. A great duel these two have had all day. And there's Shinners breaking clear of the pack, gets a hand pass away. It comes back to Manson. Manson gets a hand pass away. It's onto the flank position. Terry Bright, number 28, bustles the ball in front of him. Knocked away by Drosher, back towards the centre wing. And a chance here for Walker of Dandenong. Walker now putting the ball into attack onto the flank position towards Madden. Madden set to mark, and he takes it on the flank position. 30.5 minutes gone on the final quarter, and Madden comes in to take his kick.
And he comes in, Don, from the left half-forward flank, plays it up towards the centre half-forward zone, has been taken by Friend. It'll be interesting to see who wins the backer bar, valued at approximately $200, and also the pair of Puma football boots as the best player. Ted Henrys will give that decision a little later on as it goes out towards the half-back line. Taken here by Moran. Moran puts it high in the air. And it's Madden who moved in, but taken away now by Van Elden. Van Elden towards the half-back line. It's Bright now who moves in. Bright in turn plays it around the wing, and Moran takes the mark. He hand passes across here, and moving downfield is Drosher to his captain in Pays to take it at centre half forward. Right, now there's Pays with his kick on its way, and it's through for a goal. And that brings the total points up to 214. Geelong 18-13, 121, defeating Dandenong 14-9, a total of 93. As they move out onto the ground, there's Billy Goggin being chaired out on the ground at the moment by supporters of the Geelong West Football Club. Goggin, a great credit to him for the way he's controlled this side, had complete discipline right throughout the season, and he deserves every bit of the credit that he will be getting from here on in.
Here, look.
What's that?
Very disappointed
Eddie Mealy walking off the ground here, down in front of us. A very disappointed player indeed.
There's Manson.
There's the big fellow Manson going off the ground in towards the dressing room. And we have now the players about to move into the dressing rooms. There's the first of them, and I think we're right to take pictures inside the dressing room. There we are. If we can take them. Can we get inside the dressing room, boys? There we are, and we'll have the first of the players with the champagne lined up there. And we can take shots back out here too as the players, look at this, Ocker Stevens, the captain, being cheered off the ground here if we can get onto him. There he is, Ocker Stevens, with the champagne in his hand, and a very happy Geelong West side, Ted.
Well, they certainly are, and they're certainly entitled to be, Phil. I think this is a reward for their great performance over this year. And they won the second division premiership 64, 68 and 1972. And here we find they've taken out the 1975 first division premiership, and they certainly deserve it too, because they've been the form side all of the year, Phil. And there's the big boy Manson there coming in with the colours here, the red and white of the Geelong West Club. And a very happy fellow indeed. He had a great battle today with Eddie Mearloy. And I think Eddie Mearloy must take a lot of credit too for his performance today.
All right, now the players are still moving off the ground. David Manson has moved off. Who's this coming through? Peter Stevens, the captain of the Geelong West side, just going up the race there at the moment. And I think Peter Sharp would be ready for us now in the Geelong West dressing room. So it's over to you, Peter.
Right, we're in the Geelong West rooms. The players are just starting to make their way back in. We'll be moving around and talking to them. We're waiting for Bill Goggin to come in, the victorious coach. And, of course, it's Bill Goggin's last year at Geelong West. Well, that song's going to be sung a few times over and over again, that's for sure. The players just congratulating themselves. And we'll grab Peter Stevens here. Peter, congratulations. No doubt you're glad it's all over and you've won by the big margin you have.
That's the longest quarter I've ever played, I think.
I think we'll let the club song go again and then we'll have a word with you, Pete.